Hi, my name's Dahlia. So today I'll be reviewing this KetchBeauty IPL device. They were kind enough to send this over, so shout out to KetchBeauty. So this is an IPL device. So what this would do is remove any unwanted hair. Kind of like laser hair removal, but not as intense, of course, like at the med spas. It's gonna be a little bit of a weaker power, but that's also to just be user friendly. Yeah, so this is meant for skin rejuvenation and laser hair removal, but mainly laser hair removal. So if you're looking to do that at home by yourself and maybe save some money, this might be a good option for you, depending on your skin tone, of course, and your sensitivity. So I think it's very compact. It's very easy to use. So this button right here actually clicks the laser. There's also a cooling fan right here, and here's your power button, and here's the actual UV window. So I wish it was like a rechargeable thing, but you actually have to have it plugged in to use, which isn't too big of a deal. It still works regardless. But one thing that you do need to take note of is the chart that they show you in their packet about your skin tone and what level you're supposed to be using. There is 5 levels on this machine, and you should definitely be using, the level according to your skin tone. If your skin is very dark, or you have blonde hairs, red hairs, or gray hairs that you're trying to get rid of, this machine actually wouldn't be a candidate for you. With darker skin tones, this would be too harsh and intense, because usually darker skinned people can't get really intense laser because they'll actually burn or run a high risk of burning. So the more tan you are, the lower of a level you would use and the lower power you would use on the actual device. And also, if you're trying to get rid of that blonde or gray hair, it wouldn't do much for you either. It works best on darker brown or black hair. So I did read all the instructions before I used it, just in case, because I didn't want to burn myself. But I do have very coarse black hair. I am of Asian descent. And so with the chart on here, it does say for my skin tone, I am medium brown. So it does tell me to use like a level 2 or 3, maybe even a 3 or 4, according to the area and so forth. But yeah, I didn't have any bad sensitivity because I know the IPLs at the med spas are much more intensive, and this is a lot more user friendly. And the ones at the med spa, I usually can't even do because it runs too high of a risk of burning. But this, you can adjust the level to really low, and if it's just for hair removal, I would say that you're safe. I wouldn't push the limits on the levels just because you don't want to burn yourself. It does work at removing the hair, but of course you have to use it a couple times. As you do it, you can pass over it twice, but you have to do a couple sessions before you really start to see those results because, it is of weaker strength, but it's still a great device and avoids you having to go to the med spa. But as long as you know how to properly read these instructions and use it and not hurt yourself, then it might be something for you. So this is able to be used on the face as well. So it's I would also say that if you have really stubborn, like that gray area right here or a mustache area, you can use this on yourself. Just make sure that you're using your sunscreen. Make sure you're not using any retinols and harsh chemical exfoliants before using it, because you don't want to burn the skin. So the main thing here though is make sure you're wearing your SPF afterwards, and make sure that you're not in the sun beforehand, because burns with these type of things can come very easy. So you need to make sure that you're reading the instructions, choosing the right power level for you, and you won't have that issue. So you should definitely do a little skin test and use it on one patch of skin and just flash it once. See if your skin reacts. If it's burning, it shouldn't be burning or red hot. So yeah, I actually do this service at the med spa myself as a nurse. But it's really cool for a company to send out something that's more like travel handy and for people who just want to do it at home. Of course, I'm not sure if it would be very useful for large areas, since it would be very time consuming. It's hard to reach some areas, but I think like for your armpit, areas on your face, things like that, then I think it's a really good product. For like say your back area and maybe like your full legs, it might be a little more difficult to get around and you might need some help with that. But yeah, so maybe at the med spa, doing like the back area would be a lot easier, or you could get someone to help you. So it comes like this, and you also get 2 more head attachments, I guess, when this runs out of pulses or if it breaks. So you have 2 more head attachments there, and this cooling fan right here, which is pretty cool. So yeah, different power levels. It has to stay plugged in. It's pretty small and portable, but yeah, so the only people this wouldn't be a good option for is for people trying to get rid of blonde hair, gray hair, or like reddish, just very light hair. It won't work. It's more meant for like light brown, or black hair. And so you just have to really be careful with the levels and stay strict to your protocols about not being in the sunlight, not using retinols or being on antibiotics, certain medications that will make you sensitive, or say you have open pimples or breaks or cuts in the skin, you wouldn't want to use this either because that would run a risk of scarring. But I think that as long as someone reads the rules and kind of knows how it works, then it's not too hard. Some people aren't all that smart about how to use these types of machines, and some people are kind of like technologically challenged. So yeah, it just depends on the person, but I think it's a really cheap option to do. And say if you just have like spots, like say on your face, like your mustache or your chin, it's very easy to do that or touch up. But yeah, I think it's a really simple, easy, on-the-go tool, and I would recommend it as long as you fit the criteria of what color hair you're trying to get rid of, what color your skin tone is. This can do all skin tones except dark brown or black. So that's only because it runs a risk of burning the skin. But yeah, so other than that, you would just kind of go down a level according to your skin tone. But yeah, I would recommend it. I think it's really easy to use. I think it's really useful for smaller areas. I wish it was rechargeable, but I mean, it's really not that big of a hassle just to be plugged in and, you know, go into town. But I think it's kind of like IPL or laser hair removal for dummies, and yeah, and it's cool that they reached out to me. They wanted to send it to me for an opinion just because I am an aesthetic nurse. Really trusted my opinion and wanted to see what I thought about it. So of course, laser hair removal doesn't remove all that hair all in one day, so you're gonna have some expectations to be using a couple sessions and you'll see some good results. My boyfriend uses it. He absolutely loves it for on his neck area because his beard grows out. So I think it's really useful for the face and also for the armpits. It's relatively cheap. I'll drop the link in my description just so you guys can see how much it is, where you can order it from, who it's by. So yeah, this is the KetchBeauty little IPL portable device, and yeah. But yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and that concludes my video for today. Thank you.